Boy, you're going to love today's speaker, Realtors. Everybody will actually love her. Her name is Angelica Ventrice, and she is a health coach. I didn't know that that was going to make a lot of sense on this particular podcast, and boy, did it. She touched on so many things that us as realtors need to do: our mindset, our body, our gut health, our stress level. You've got to stay tuned because you're going to love it. Worth every minute. So, see it. So, stay tuned.
Welcome to Real Estate Riches, where Kathy Byrnes empowers realtors to achieve the success they've always dreamed of. Starting her career at 55, Kathy built a thriving business that offers the freedom of time and financial independence. And now she's sharing her journey to help others do the same. Whether new to the industry or looking to level up, this channel is your hub for proven strategies, inspiring stories, and the tools you need to grow your real estate business. Join Kathy each week to explore global opportunities, successful systems, and expert insights to take your career to the next level. Get comfortable, pick a video, and start learning. Your journey to success starts now.
Hey everybody, I'm Kathy Byrnes here with Real Estate Riches, and I'm excited to have my guest on today, Angelica Ventrice, and she is the founder of the Aligned Method. Sorry, I didn't say that smooth. She's the founder of the Aligned Method. Very excited to have her on. Hey girl.
Hello, happy to be here.
Yeah, so normally everybody knows that I normally have realtors on here, although I've had some unique guests. One was a money exchanger. I've had a mortgage person on, but primarily the goal of this channel is to empower realtors, and our health is critical because we are going nonstop, right?
Non-stop. Yes. So your first question to me was like, well, you're not a realtor. How'd you even get on my show? I love, let's just get into that because people listening probably like, who is this girl? Why does she like realtors? So I've been working with realtors for over a decade. I come from a background of pharmaceutical sales. So I really understand the living out of your car. You guys go from house to house. I went from doctor's office to doctor's office. And it's, I'm from New York. So it's that I have a hustle energy. And I appreciate that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys not to hustle. I actually created a workshop called the Healthy Hustle Workshop. So, but there's a way we can do hustle in a healthy way, right? So I understand that mentality. I've done sales since I was, 16 years old. So I really just relate to it. Yeah, I was selling sneakers in the mall and I fell in love with it. No commission, but I loved it. And then I guess translated into look where I am now. But anyway, so I love sales and I love helping other women thrive in sales. So it really does, whether it's real estate or more, whatever it is, I enjoy working with, there's a certain energy to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here saying like, oh, I enjoy working with teachers or stay-at-home moms. No offense, but that's not the type of energy I have. I really love working with women that want to build their wealth, want to make more money while feeling aligned and confident and energetic in their body. It's the perfect marrying. And as corny as it sounds, health is wealth. Right?
Yeah,
like you can have all the money in the world, sell all those houses, but if you don't feel good in your body, if you're exhausted, if you're burnt out, if you're hiding your body on vacation, is that really enjoying your life to the fullest?
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things that she did for me before we had our meeting is she gave me 5 key points that I want to talk about. Hustle culture is a trap. Totally agree with that. Energy equals income. Love it. Gut health impacts everything. It really does. If you're paying attention to your health, boy, gut health is it. And then the right people matter. That's about mindset, right? Yeah. And then women shouldn't be in business like a man. Let's touch on all of those, boy, because
yeah. Which one? What was the first one?
The first one is hustle culture is a trap.
For me, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say, don't hustle, don't push. But what I really believe, because if you're a high achiever, which realtors are, we're type A person. So let's look, we're type A personalities. We're driven by, making more money, numbers, how many houses we sell, all the things.
Right.
So we are externally motivated to a sense. And there's, we have to be conscious of that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're hustling to the point of burnout, that's when it becomes a trap. When you're going through the day and you're not even present and you're just checking the boxes and you sold one house and you don't even celebrate because you're just so really kind of jaded, like, close that next, what's next? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I've done that in my online business as well. It's like, great, launched this program. What's next? Got a new client. What's next? I'm like, I'm not even like sitting in the present moment celebrating like, whoa, I've helped over 1,000 women. I've traveled around the world and held retreats. Like, hello, like we don't. So what I mean by it's a trap is like, because we get so caught up in it.
Yeah.
slow down, breathe, sit in the present moment, and just celebrate your wins, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Where the hustle leads to burnout. If we're moving too fast, if we're not slowing down, if we're not paying attention to our health. So like I said, I believe in healthy hustle, which is why I hold these healthy hustle workshops all over the country. Like I mentioned, I'm traveling to Panama City to hold a healthy hustle workshop for a group of realtors and loan officers. And it's about hustling in a healthy way, because you really can. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful, wanting to make more money, selling more houses, and having big goals. But what is your energy behind it? If you're doing it very masculine, pushy energy that's leading you to feel like crap, quite honestly, you're not thriving. You're just surviving, and eventually it's going to catch up to you.
Yeah. And I know so many agents with burnout. I just watched a good friend of mine. She is a hustler on steroids. She's running a coaching business. I just heard her say the value of her business is worth 25 million. She's done that in 4 years with two other partners, right? And
she's a coach for realtors.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And she still does tons of business. How do you do that? And has a bunch of little kids. I'm like, who are you? And she was saying this morning that she accidentally gave her son a UTI pill instead of the nutrient that she was supposed to give him. He calls from school saying, something's terribly wrong. I think I have a UTI, because it was all orange.
Oh no.
Yeah. And she's like, just so you know, in the background, there's real life going on here.
Yeah.
She goes, and the message was, slow down, lady.
Slow down. I mean, I hope she's taking a vacation, because when I hear about women like that, I'm like, oh gosh, when was the last time she took a vacation? But because I work with women like that, but amazing for her. But I wonder how much she slows down and turns inward and does a little breath work and meditation and just actually grounds herself in her amazing wins that she's had, and example, slow down. And it's not really a matter of like if it's going to catch up to you, it's when you make a mistake with your kid, when you get COVID for the 5th time or whatever it is, when you have leaky gut, candida, all these issues, when your skin looks like crap, right? Like it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's when. And I know, because I've been coaching women in this field for 14 years. So I just,
Well, and anxiety affects your gut too. So
well, dopamine and serotonin are located in the gut. And a lot of women come to me with severe anxiety. We had a client start about 3 months ago, and she had such bad anxiety. She has to travel for work, but she couldn't bring herself to do it. Fast forward, now she's in our program. She just sent one of our coaches a message. She's like, my anxiety is less, my medication has dwindled down, and I'm actually getting on a plane to go to a work conference. So just the gut health and the mindset work we did with her.
I really want to talk about that mindset for a minute too, because I got sued back in 96, and it was talk about a sucker punch in life. I had 7 attorneys. First of all, it was our best friend who sued me for $500,000, which back then felt like 50 million, right?
Yeah. I mean,
and a single mom, 2 kids in private schools, and straight commission. And I'm like, what? I was a realtor back then, and I didn't have errors and omissions, and I didn't have health insurance for the kids. I thought I was going to lose my house. And when these attorneys, there were 3 of them, were done with me in a deposition, I didn't believe in myself at all. So my mindset was gone, just on the floor. And fortunately, somebody introduced me. They left a cassette out by office door.
It was like a Tony Robbins cassette.
Yeah, it was about network marketing.
Oh, okay.
Network marketing is full of positive mindset.
Yeah.
And so it got me on a path. It taught me forgiveness. It got me on a path of being like a yo-yo, that you have a choice. When it spins down at the bottom, just twist your finger and pull it back up.
We always have a choice.
Yeah, we always have a choice. And it turned out to be one of the greatest blessings in my life, right?
That's why the moment you didn't realize it, but now that you're out of it, you're like, oh, I truly believe that the most challenging things that happens to us in our life, it is a blessing. We just have to, there's a silver lining. We don't always want to see it. A lot of women, and I have some clients that I worked through with this yesterday, they're playing victim. They're marinating, they're rolling around in their woes. And it's like, okay, how long do you want to do that? Does that feel good to keep sitting in your, sitting in your SHIT? But it's like, do you want to keep doing that? Or do you want to make the choice to move forward? Right.
Move forward. Right. Yeah. And for me, it was not negotiable
for you. Like it wasn't easy for you, but you can, choose your heart, right? The hard of saying, oh my gosh, my life is over. Like these, like look where I am, look what just happened to me. Or, okay, no, that was really hard, but I'm determined to make it better now.
Yeah. It was non-negotiable. I got 2 little kids. I'm going to do it for my kids. Right.
Yeah.
And then I left all that. And when I was 55, I walked away from a large lifestyle and broke. I left with no money, started over at 55 in a new state, in a new career, and rebuilt my life. And that also was non-negotiable.
You're like the queen of reinvention. I thought I was. I switched careers a few times as well. After I had my weight loss journey, I went from pharmaceutical sales. And then I switched then I became a personal trainer in California. So New York to Cali. Then I started my online health coaching. Then it turned into life and business. But you really had some amazing reinventions. And I think that's a really powerful message to women. You're never stuck. Like I coach a lot of women and they're like, they make good money in their careers. And they're like, well, I went to school for this and it's such good money. I'm like, but you hate it. So if you hate it, the money will come. Like you have to trust, like leave it and find something else. And it may not be the same amount right away, but it will come. When I left my high paying pharmaceutical sales career to go be a personal trainer to make $14 an hour, I was focused on literally like multi 6 figures to $14 an hour. I just had to focus on trust. You're meant to be in this path. You're meant to do other things. And I had to just keep trusting, and it grew and grew and grew. It took some time to work my way up. And then eventually I left and started my online coaching. But like, you have to trust that I'm much happier at the end of the day.
Yes.
Like I was not fulfilled doing pharmaceutical sales. If you're not fulfilled doing something, you're sucking the life out of your soul and you're living out of alignment, which is the name of my program. So are you living in alignment or not? Right? Like I believe that we are blessed to be aligned in all areas of our life if we choose to be, but so many of us do not.
Right. So right. I love that. Love that. Love that. And you're like me. You're kind of in your face with someone. You're empathetic for me a nanosecond, and then I'm like, hey,
I am like you. Yep.
We're going to have a talk.
Are you from New York or New Jersey?
No, Michigan. So you wouldn't think that.
Yeah. Because us New Yorkers, we're like, all right, move on.
Really say it. That's funny. So let's talk gut health. I've heard it referred to as the second brain, our gut. I mean, it seems to control everything. When you see somebody who's anxious, my first thought is you got gut issues.
Good for you. So many women or people don't realize that. That's what I've been going live on my Instagram to talk a lot about, because I have so many women who come to me. They're like, I'm bloated, I'm depressed, I'm so uncomfortable, this and that. I'm like, it's your gut. Oh, well, but I also have anxiety and depression. I'm like, it's your gut. It's literally related to everything. And especially for women over 40, the estrobolome, which is where the bacteria that regulate the estrogen are, and that's going to cause severe bloating. That's going to cause the digestion issues and the extreme fatigue. So a lot of women are like, oh, it's just my age. I'm like, no, it's your estrobolome. It's the area in your gut microbiome that controls the estrogen. And when you have estrogen dominance, you don't feel well. So there's layers. And this is what we do in our program. And it's like, I think that will lead to this imbalance in your gut, which, like we said, causes anxiety, depression, all these symptoms, chronic stress. So ladies who are realtors, loan officers listening, like think about how stressed you are in one day. How many stressful events you have in one day? I don't know, 5, 10. Now multiply that by your entire lifetime. Your gut health actually forms from the time you're in your mother's womb. So whatever she had going on, that got passed down to you. So we're not even born with a clean slate. Right? Then think about when you were young, you were on antibiotics, right? We all took antibiotics back in the day for everything, right? Even still, doctors have heavy hand these days. Oh, you have a sinus infection? Antibiotic. No, sinus infection is often from overgrowth of candida in your gut. So, we just we take these pills, we do these things, and then it's like, no wonder why we don't feel well. And that's why our program is holistic health, because we get to the root cause. I really believe in looking at your stress level, looking at your lifestyle, helping you regulate your nervous system, which is something that every single realtor needs because they're just go, go, go. It's like, the workshop, I do a 1-minute meditation with the ladies. They're like, that was my favorite part. Like just 1 minute of breathing. They're like, wow, I feel so calm. I'm like, you have access to that.
Yeah.
All day. You can do it at any moment, but we don't use the tools because we're so not present, right? We're so go, 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 burnout.
Yeah, it's so true. Even on the phone, sometimes I'll find myself just walking all through the house because I got to get that energy out. Just try and relax.
So that's good to get your steps in. But other things that lead to poor gut health, we talked about stress, low fiber, not enough water, poor diet, obviously, antibiotics, trauma. So if you had trauma in your life, if your mother had trauma, if you grew up with trauma, if you were in a relationship with a narcissist, which so many women I know, were at some point. And then, low intake of veggies and certain type of fruits. So there's a lot of things that lead to poor gut health. And then poor gut health leads to a slew of not so nice symptoms, and you don't want to live that. At the end of the day, ladies, like, you are selling yourself, right? When you're selling the homes. So if you don't have energy to do that, if you're uncomfortable in your clothes, people can feel that. I know, because when I did pharmaceutical sales, I was 40 pounds heavier. And I know that I did better when I lost weight and I felt good in my body. I'm not saying like you need to be ripped and have a six pack. It's the energy you're giving off. We all have auras. We all have energies, right? So you're vibrating at a much different energy when you're fit and healthy and happy than if you're like covering up and hiding and bloated and feeling uncomfortable. It is. There's no way to deny that. Like, it's the truth. It's the truth.
It's true. It's true. So tell me this part you got here about women shouldn't build business like men. Our energy cycles, stress responses, and hormones. Tell us a little bit about that.
So like we talked about with a little, obviously, like the estrogen dominance, men don't deal with that, and we do. And if we're solely operating from that pushy hustle energy, which, remember I said, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but if you're not doing things to calm your nervous system down, then your gut health is off, and then the estrogen is off, and the cortisol is high. Men don't really deal with that, right? Women, we deal with the imbalance in estrogen and really, really high cortisol. I mean, I know men can have high cortisol too, but it affects women on a much different level, because then it affects progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, and then everything gets skewed when cortisol is high. So there's that piece. There's the health side, but then also there's the masculine energy of like, I know a lot of women that attend like the Tom Ferry, and I know he's great, but they're like, they give you all these strategies, do this strategy, then do this, and do a million cold calls. And it's like, okay, but what about intuitive? Like, the feminine way of business is more intuitive. What feels good to you? Does an open house feel good to you? Does building a YouTube channel? I've had a lot of realtors I've coached build successful YouTube channels. Like, what feels good to you? And that's the more feminine way of business, rather than just following a system. There are a lot of systems and strategies that work for your business and for your body, right? You can do keto, you can do this, you can do that. Like, there are a lot of systems that work for a lot of different things, but intuitively in your body, what feels good to you? And that's the feminine way of business. If something doesn't feel good to you in your gut, in your body, if you're getting like, that gut instinct, that gut feeling is a real thing. If you're like, no, this doesn't feel good. I mean, I have a business coach and he suggested things to me and I'm immediately like, absolutely not. Like, my nervous system is like, nope. And that's feminine way of business. The masculine way would me just be saying, yes, okay, he said to do this, I'm going to do this. And I think that's what so many realtors do. They just follow, oh, well, they said that, they were successful in that, but like, does that actually feel good to you? And that's feminine in your business, tapping into your intuition and wisdom and trusting yourself.
Boy, I love that. I love that so much, because I got so much pressure for years. You need to be on the phone. I said, I'm not getting on the phone. That's not my style. I'm not doing that.
None of the realtors I work with are on the phone all the time.
No, I hate it. Now, I know women who are on it and they make a boatload more than me.
But they enjoy it though. You have to, so they enjoy it, and that's it. You don't enjoy it, you're not going to do it. If you did it, you wouldn't make more money because your energy is off. Your energy surrounding it doesn't excite you. If it doesn't excite you,
oh God, don't.
Yeah, you're like, oh, here we go. Hi, how are you? Yeah, no, it's not work.
Torture, sheer torture. I still get it today, where different people say you're supposed to do that. I go, no, I'm not supposed to do that. Let me do my YouTube channel. Let me do my podcast. Let me build relationships with my existing clients. Let me make new clients. Let me network. That's me.
Network. That's how I am as well. Same thing. Totally. Like, I used to do these free challenges. There'd be like 4 or 5 day challenges on Facebook. And for a while I loved them. And it was like amazing when I first started. Now, if you asked me to do that, I would cringe. Like, no way. It's just energetically to me, it doesn't feel aligned. I'd rather actually, like, I'm flying to Panama City to hold a workshop. That excites me way more. Yes, I'm flying all the way from Maui to Florida. I do not care. Like, this is what I called in for this year, to travel around and do these workshops. So, it's just, you have to do what feels energetically aligned. And if you're forcing yourself in any area of your life, in a relationship, with your body, in your business, forcing pushy energy is based off of lack, and you're actually repelling abundance. A whole nother topic for another day. But, so like, check your energy, because that's the feminine way. Check your energy. Yeah.
Well, I think that's so true. The reason I started over was, even though I had a big life, I had a lousy life. And I said, I'm not staying. At that point, at 55 years old, and you're thinking, if I don't do something pretty quick, I'm going to have the rest of my life's just going to be horrible.
Yeah. It's like now or never, right? I mean,
I got to get going here, girl.
Right? We're not getting any younger. And if you're 55 and you're looking at your life and you're like, I'm pretty effing miserable. Like, I'm making great money, but I'm pretty effing miserable. You have to ask yourself, what is it worth? And listen, I love money. I live a luxury. Like we like nice things. I like nice vacations, but you have to make money from a place of feeling aligned and fulfilled.
Right.
You
Well,
have to choose to, and you'll be much happier.
Yeah. I had trapped myself in a large life. I had no money, but I had trapped myself in being dependent. But I lived large, but not my money. And and I had no control. Last year I privy to be able to speak on stage about my story, how I started over. And I had so many women, men too, walk up to me and say, I wish my sister would do that. I wish my mother would do that, because they feel stuck and they don't believe they can do it. So we'll just show them the video. Because in my mind,
I'm telling you, your story is amazing. And so many women need to hear that, because they just stay stuck and they settle in relationships. They settle in careers. They settle in a body they hate. Why are we settling? We have one life on this earth. Why are you settling in a body you hate? Why are you settling in a job you hate? Why are you settling in a relationship you hate?
Yeah, totally love that. We are in sync, girl.
Yes, we are. This is a great podcast.
Well, I'm really glad to have had you on here, and I'm going to have all her information so you can reach out, take her classes, get in shape, calm down, and see exactly how you can live your best life where it's aligned as well, right?
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you coming on here so much. I was reluctant, wondering, how's this going to work? But it was great.
Yeah, I've actually been on, if you go to my website, I've been on a ton of Realtor podcasts.
Oh, good. It makes sense. Makes sense.
So it's like, now you get it, right? You're like, oh, okay, this was good. And it's like, it's valuable information for the realtor to listen to. It doesn't matter.
It's critical. It's more than just valuable. It's kind of critical.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, great. Well, thanks again so much. And I appreciate it. If you like this, please subscribe below. We look forward to hearing from you. So thanks for joining me on this episode of Real Estate Riches. Wasn't that great? I'm sure you got a nugget or two. I know I did. So if you liked it, please subscribe below, share it with everybody, make some comments. We really find that invaluable. And if you're thinking that you would love to talk about this a little bit more, let's schedule a business strategy call. I'll have the link below. And let's see if we can't mastermind together and see if we can empower each other. That would be great. So until next time, signing off. Hope to see you on the next one.